Yeah. Every time I spit, I bounce back like a ricochet. Crazy hood coming back to the center stage. EFN told me give it to him now. Yes. Grumpy OGs. Hannibal heckling my dog. Eddie the ass eater. Well, he on a little hiatus. He ain't eating ass in a minute, but we still good here. He gonna keep that name. We back in effect. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know.
You was outside on Saturday. So
Friday. We still dead and shit. 3 days later. Anyway, we got my dog up in the crib.
Vibe captain is in the building.
Listen, I apologize. We had to reschedule twice on your ass for very crazy various reasons, but we apologize. Eric, Chico, listen, here's the funny thing. I want to get right into it. Yeah. Well, first of all, let me say something else first really quick. Yeah. I met you through my brother and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And every time I see you, you with a superstar. Oh, you walking with a superstar, I'm like, who is this motherfucker in the back? We had not talked yet. I go, who the fuck is this in the background? You dig? Yeah. You know, there's always someone in the background. Sure, there's got to be, right? Or else there ain't no front. So I seen you 100 times. I'm like, who the fuck is this? So then we up in here doing. We did a couple episodes ago. We did Kingdom. Yeah. And it's dark as fuck. I barely see out there. So I feel blind anyway. We laughing our ass off with Kingdom. All of a sudden I hear someone laugh. I go, who the fuck is that? I didn't even know you were in the room. Yeah, right. You like slithered in through the AC and shit. Yeah, and I said, who the fuck is that? And it was you, right? I remember. And I said, and you said to me something. You talking to me about some event. I was like, yeah, my son performed at an event. And you and then you were like, wait, Illy too? I was like, what the fuck? He even knew their names, like Xavier's names.
I didn't put two and two together. Like, I didn't even know Orlando was your brother until.
And nobody knows my brother. He looked like a Puerto Rican Russian.
Well, yeah, y'all look like, definitely.
Yeah, fact.
Orlando, different tribe, but same
Facts.
tribe.
Yeah. We from the same mother and father.
Nah, but that's how
got the receipts.
Do. That's how we come out. We come out all
It's what it is. Yeah, so I saw you here, and I'm like, now he's in our fucking office, right? After all these times I see him, now he's in our office. I'm like, who the fuck is it? And then that was the day that you were like, Orlando's your brother? That's your son? I was like, yeah, that's when we fucking. So anyway, like I said, now I wanted you to be on Grumpy OGs because just share your story. A superstar can come in here and tell his story, and people be intrigued just because he's a superstar. They're like, we know he's been through something, but he had a team to get through that motherfucking shit, and nobody knows the team. You dig?
Right? How did I end up here?
Right? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, right. So
you like the fly on the wall and shit. That everybody was like, I wish I knew the fly on the wall for that conversation. You understand me? Like, that's how I looked at it.
There's a thing like I was born here in Hialeah, right? And then I left. My parents left at a certain point, so. We were Palm Beach dudes, right? I came up with Jim Johnson. You guys know who Jimbo is.
Of course.
So up in Palm Beach, that was the thing about it. Like, we would come down here, do our business, and then, we want to get back. That's a long drive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I always stayed low because I was an artist, and I didn't really care about the game on that level. So I knew a lot of people. Like, I know Craze from back then. Craze actually looks up to our company. Yeah. Jimbo and them for
for sure.
Cuts,
Kendall Kids, my dog.
Yeah,
best DJ in the world.
Yeah, but I go back like seeing EFN in Hot Wheels in the crowd when we were doing shows.
You was in IMP?
No. But I remember.
You look like IMP Icicle or something like that.
Who I knew from that era? I knew the West Side Boys because my boy lived in the projects there off of what is it, 57th, 67th. If you go that way, by the high school. So there's a Vietnam where
but that's not Kendall. That's why we're like.
Oh yeah, no.
That's why, right?
Yo, my Kendall experience. We used to come to the Power Dome. So the Power Dome was at the Town and Country.
Holy shit! On the right side, it was like where they had the
huge club.
They had it was called Skylights. It was all ages club.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
So before that, it was the Power Dome, and we used to drive all the way from Whipple Beach. All the way down here.
That was some Power 96 shit.
Yeah, because the music was dope. Like, we used to go there and it was great. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But that was my Kendall experience. And then also, we used to come to the Metro Zoo jams back in the day.
Shit.
Yeah, when the gangs used to rage. They used to throw these big hip-hop parties at the Metro Zoo Park and shit. And then, like, one year, a bunch of people got stabbed. IMP, 36th Street, So, yeah, they shut that down. Yeah, that's way back, like late 80s, bro.
Shit.
But I don't know if you guys remember back then, it would be like, remember the Miami Baseball Stadium concert? This very talked about classic concert.
I know about the stadium, but not the concert.
There was like so many groups. It was insane back then. Miami was crazy to go to a hip hop show.
Yeah, for sure. There was
the late 80s.
This is the late 80s, bro. Yeah,
It was a lot.
88 is that when you went to go see Run DMC?
I went to the year that the Miami Arena opened. That's
Oh,
88.
okay.
Yeah,
That's
Run
88.
DMC. I was like,
that was the Fresh Fest, right?
but I was
it
like in
Houdini?
I was like in 6th or 7th grade. I want to say I was in 6th grade. How my mom let me go all the way to fucking overtime by myself with 2 other 6th graders, I don't fucking know. But times was different, you dig?
Yeah,
Times were
we used to
different.
travel.
Nowadays, you gotta worry about pedophiles and all these motherfuckers out here. But back then, they didn't worry about that. Just go
Right.
out and get back home for the sunset, you dig? But she bought me the fucking ticket, obviously, right? Run DMC, Public Enemy, DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, and Stetson Sonic. Well, that was the best concert I'm 48, best concert I've ever seen till today. Ever.
That's a great show, man.
The show was off the chain, man, and I'll never forget that shit. So that time there was so much hip hop in Miami at that time. Motherfuckers didn't even know. There was a lot of breakers in Miami in the early '80s. Like there was a huge ass breaking scene out here. You know what I'm saying?
People don't understand that. Like, so here's what I say: if you don't know about Bojangles,
Jesus.
right, then you don't really know about Miami hip hop, because the only place you could get the Il Kangos and some Lee suits and real BBDs was Bojangles. And it
You
was
go
right-
USA flea market, but
It was right next to the flea market.
yes,
in that other
you can
shop.
get them at USA, but
But
it was
Bojangles had
50-50
more
if they was
Kangos.
gonna be real or not. So that was the
That part,
that was
and
the
then
problem.
they had more styles at Bojangles.
I
Remember,
believe
they
it.
had all these different like type of military.
I know the store Bojangles, but if I ever went, it was
Yeah.
USA flea
I
market.
came out here in
Sure.
93.
Yeah, he came after all
No,
that.
I came out here in 91.
91 was like, how can I be down era, right?
No, that was
Like
93.
Yeah, 92.
2 or
I would
3?
say
That was the best.
94,
That was the best.
94, that's
That was the best Memorial Weekend ever.
But yeah, I remember the jams at the African Cultural Centers. I remember, that baseball jam was incredible. So many groups, and what happened was, like, the gang started. You could see him jumping over the side of the baseball field,
Right.
of the thing. They was just jumping in, and then, like, here's a vivid memory of that show, just to tell you how it was. People shouldn't have worn truck jewelry. Everybody was getting killed back then for these 10-carat ropes.
Right.
So we seen this chick walking in. She had all of it, like 3 chains with the big medallions, right? And all the bracelets and rings. So about an hour into the shit, we see her walking this way, crying. No chains. She still had her rings and bracelets on.
Right.
But bro, we was finding gold on the floor. It was
Like nothing.
to go to a hip hop shit back then. You had to be tough and you had to be smart. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Right.
it was looking for it.
But I also have seen you 185,000 times with my dog Jerobi. How'd that relationship start?
So Jerobi, that's a long story, but I'm gonna break it down, right? So I roll with this dude named Butter Versus. He's a rapper. I don't know if y'all ever heard of Butter.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
So he ended up signing with Maceo from De La Soul, right? I was kind of done with the music business. It was like 03, and I was in Texas doing whatever I was doing. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Hard for me to leave the streets alone in my life. So
That's when you
but
were
I
a
had
principal.
plan. I'm like, let me go make the dough, do this, and get out of this shit, and then do some other shit, right? So I'm out there, and they're like, yo, Maceo done took over, my apartment. My boy Stevie D hit me up, and he signed Butter, and such and such. So I come back, and I met Maceo, and, through Maceo, I met the dudes from Tribe. I met this dude named Litro, right? He gets shouted out on all the Tribe records, and this dude named Muhammad. We're on a war tour with Muhammad, my man. They talking about Big Moo, not Ali, right?
Right.
So it's those two dudes, between meeting those two dudes and vibing with them and then telling me, yo, you a star, but Butter's with these dudes, and so come to New York with me. So I went to NY, I gave up what I was doing and got back in the music business and got broke again, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's the sacrifice, you know what I'm saying? And it's a real deep way that it happened. Somebody said something to me, like, you're gonna be a rapper or you're gonna be a buppada, you know what I'm saying? And of course, that person, I'm not gonna say his name here because I gotta talk to him about it, but he kind of saved my life.
Right.
Because I stopped what I was doing, and the dude that I rolled with out where I was at, like, ended up getting killed like 6 months later, and I'd probably been with him. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
But the choice to do the music again was hard. It was based on people that I respected, right, giving me confirmation saying, yo, you the shit.
Right.
Like you need to do this.
Right.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, I had my brothers over here that are like, yo, you 30-something. You know, this is a young man's game. And honestly, before the internet popped like the way it did, it was the truth. You know what I'm saying? My man Jim Johnson, you know, he had that talk with me one day. He's like, yo, you should think about being an executive and looking for talent and doing all of that, you know? But inside my heart, because these other people were like, yo, you still, you know what I mean? I look younger at the time and all that. So, you know, I went for mine, you know what I'm saying? I ended up vibing with them, and then, you know, so I got down with the Tribe on a certain level, you know what I mean? A few of them. And Jerobi just ended up moving down here. It's funny the way I met him. So we got Questlove at the Foxhole. I'm with Lytro from the Tribe. He had Questlove down here DJing at the Foxhole on South Beach, right? Little spot.
You know what's that?
So Jerobi, Dinko D, and this other dude got booked for a show, and then it kind of didn't happen, and they didn't have nowhere to go. And so somebody ends up calling Lytro and being like, yo, where you at? But up. So I end up having a really big house. I got like a lot of rooms in my house. So I was like, yo, cool, you know, they could come crash. So that's how I really, because I've seen Jerobi in the game a lot, but you know how that shit be. You don't really know a brother, you just seen him in the game. You know, you can't really say that, you know.
Right.
So, but, you know, me and him never really vibed in New York. I vibed with Tip and other dudes like that, Muhammad, like, you know, but they ended up coming and staying, and then he ends up going back. They do the Tribe album. You know, he ends up talking to them into doing it. They do the Tribe album. Thing happened with Fife, you know, rest in peace, God bless his death. And then he moves down here. And my man, you know, Lytro calls me. He's like, yo, he's down here, you know, try to get him in the studio. You know, the album was out, and they wanted to get a album out of Jerobi and shit. So I was calling him, and he's like, nah, you know, he wasn't feeling it, you know what I mean? After the Fife thing, I think, you know, them dudes needed a few years to, you know, everybody's different, you know what I mean? And,
Nice.
So, but
he is Tribe. So
he wasn't into that. So I just left it alone, you know. But then I found out he was DJing, and just like everybody else that's a Tribe fan, like I was happy that he rapped on his album. I couldn't wait to hear these verses. You know what I mean? Yeah. With his boys, you know, I've heard him with Drez and with other dudes, but I was like, you know, you always wondered like, what does, you know, how does Jerobi really, you know? And so, yeah, you know, it was cool that shit went down like that. But then we ended up, I wanted to hear how he DJ'd. So I heard he was DJing at 1-800-LUCKY. So I just started going around. And, you know, we know each other like that, you know. What up, old man? What up, old man? And it just ended up that he lived here, you know, right by here. Yeah. And I live a little bit further. So, you know, it just worked out like that. Like, yo, nigga, scoop me. Let's go together. You know what I mean? For the Tuesday night thing. My thing is like this, right? I'm a music connoisseur, and I'm at an age where I can't fake it. So I can't go, like, I'll be dancing to one song, and then they'll throw on some shit I'm not feeling, and I'll literally just walk away. And then some other shit will come on. You know, there's some shit like that with me with dancing, right? I used to break and all that. But music is like that, you know? Yeah. So it's rare for me to be able to go to a spot where I actually like, you know, for the most part, everything that's being played, especially in Miami. I'm not really a fan of the...
It's never gonna happen, you know.
I'm not a fan of this shit, you know. The shit, it works with drugs, but when you're sober...
Just depends where you're at. You get that EDM do.
Yeah, if you're just smoking trees, that shit...
Nah, that only works like if you're in a strip club and shit.
Yeah, like, and not even then, like...
And then you still gotta be fucked up.
Exactly, like... So you know, and plus, I like the funk, man. You know, I'm an older dude, you know what I mean? I like some new shit, but... You know, I Dante's and 1-800-LUCKY is two places I can go. Dante's Hi-Fi and 1-800-LUCKY, where I can go and yeah, because the DJ selection's always dope, man.
You're gonna hear.
They got people. Listen, Dante's, Anderson .Paak been there, Little Louis Vega.
No, that place is hard.
Yeah, bro, it's
so hard.
You know, I started coming around on that tip, and you know, it just turned into a thing, man. You know, we like-minded brothers and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So we definitely, but hearing the fucking old schoolness of everything you just said, I gotta let my brother hit you with this next question. This is just,
No,
I have to.
So every MC,
go ahead.
It's been a little shaky.
Right, yeah. I hate these questions, but I'm gonna fuck with y'all.
This is an easy one.
Very easy. What's the 5 elements of hip hop?
The 5 elements of hip hop. Well, I think there's more than 5, right?
Give me the 5 main ones that they've been
B-boy,
talking
give
about for 50 years.
The core 4.
The
And
core
the
4, right?
facts. The fifth
B-boying,
we can-
DJing, MCing, and writing, right?
Okay.
To me, the next one is knowledge, right? And the
Us
one
too.
after that Thurston is pushing, and I agree with him, is fashion. And I'm gonna tell you why.
Fashion can be the
First-
5th one. Fashion can
Because
be over
before,
knowledge.
back in the day, before hip hop was what it is now, in the 80s, the way I knew your ass was down with hip hop was
how you
by
was
what
dressed.
you was rocking.
Yeah, no,
That's
Big-
it.
It's
no,
true.
listen.
It's true.
Yeah.
Come on. 1,000.
Yeah.
You guys,
My
New
G.
York, remember?
Yeah.
Yes. He ain't one. He ain't lying. Listen,
but-
the biggest
Hey,
thing. We've asked that question to everybody.
Yeah.
I'm talking. That's like 50 fucking some odd people. You dig?
Right.
Everyone has a different fucking answer. Rarely do we have someone who gives us even all 5, right? Up to
Right.
knowledge. The
Yeah.
core 4, you can't change. You
can't,
It's
bro.
like water. You need H2O. You want to make Kool-Aid, you add sugar, but you still need H2O. So the core 4 are there, right?
Right.
The 5th one, and with this generation, is arguable, and I have to agree with it. I'm gonna tell you why. We had dudes like Dashes Clay say, and he ain't wrong. He's young. He says he didn't know what they were, and we told when we told him the 5th one was knowledge.
Yeah.
Wow, I forget what he said. It made me piss my fucking pants. But he ain't lying. He's like, why can't it be production? Or and he ain't lying.
Yeah,
but
production is important too.
but we had Search on the show, MC Search, and he broke it down to the fucking T.
Yeah.
Production goes under
Music.
DJ.
The DJing, exactly.
Love it?
Because
It's like a,
DJs,
it's a drawer you open up and you got production.
if you look at the biggest producers, they usually started as DJs.
But it's under the same umbrella as DJs, what he was trying to
Yeah.
say. And he ain't wrong. But Dashes ain't even wrong about that either. You know what I'm saying? Like, the 5th one might be a little arguable. The first 4 gotta be there.
I'm gonna tell you why the 5th one isn't arguable.
No. Not in my eyes. In my eyes,
No, I
without
know,
the knowledge,
I know.
you can't do none of the other ones.
But I know
The
why
fuck
they
you talking
perceive
about?
it that way. I
Yeah,
understand why it's
knowledge should be
perceived that
number 1. If you really think about it, you gotta do the knowledge on everything, on MCing, b-boy, graffiti. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta do the knowledge.
That's kind of why the generations are separate. If you look at rock and roll, right? Sure, they had their infighting and feuds and shit, but Van Halen respected Muddy Waters and would die to get in the room with him just to build with, let alone do music with, right?
Obviously.
And
vice
with,
versa.
And with our generation, it's kind of
It's
like
different.
right? And here's where it goes to, right? It goes back to communication. It goes back to we created them monsters.
Right.
Remember that, right?
Right.
And so it also goes back to dialogue. Like, as long as you keep saying that shit is whack, they're gonna keep doing this. Another thing that happened with the production and the hip hop, and certain people that I know personally wanted this, right? They didn't, like, to them the beat was more important. And if you remember, for many years, you would talk to people, I ain't worried about the lyrics, cuz I'm riding to the, right? And so that really became a thing.
I hated that shit.
But understand, Griselda, which to me is trap music done exquisitely, like I was saying, you know what I mean? But what they did was they
not mad at the explanation.
disrupted the trap market a little bit and got heads back paying attention to the lyrics. So you got certain producers that ain't signing you if you can't really rap or really sing. So
But
I feel like
but
there's-
old school hip hop will say, a whole old school hip hop head would say, what Griselda and the boys is doing. That's a different wave. It's nothing like what you hear from all these other kids. It's not trap. They wouldn't even say trap. They'd say that's that boom bap shit. That's just what it is. Original fucking lyrical hardcore shit.
which I'm happy
You
about.
understand?
Here's
And I'm not just about that. I'm versatile. I just want lyrics, you dig? And I'm versatile on beats and all that. I don't want just boom bap. But what I'm trying to tell you is that if you're spitting on a trap record and you're young this year and you sound just like the last 3 homies who sound like motherfucking Future, stop. That's
right,
just
well,
boring.
the essence of hip hop is to stand out in the crowd.
Originality.
Unique, right? We all
Originality.
wearing Adidas,
Period.
but his shits have something different
Right,
on it.
yeah.
We all got Lee jackets, but your
Right.
piece is right.
Facts.
And that's how we knew. Like, if you remember,
was
man,
different.
you couldn't do what Big Daddy Kane did back then. You wouldn't get
way.
a deal, and the people wouldn't buy it.
We just had this convo before we started. There can only be one of each.
Remember Hayes?
They can only be one Big Daddy, one Rakim, one fucking Biggie, one fucking Run DMC. That's all he could be.
And there was room to keep, and what that did was push people to be creative. And
Yes,
in
well,
this
it's a different era.
in this in the 2000 and like
It's a
Bro,
cookie
the era
cutter.
people would put the same beat out, and this is what it is. I'm gonna tell you what it is, right?
Same beat, same flow.
No, they would actually use the same beat and just change a couple of pieces.
You saying now?
In a certain era that just passed that I'm glad is over with.
Well, I'm saying not only beat. I'm talking about same flow, same sound,
Everything.
same
Yeah.
ad libs,
Yeah.
same everything. They would
had
record
a
the whole album in
frequencies.
their room, in their PJs, motherfucker.
Yeah.
They ain't never been to even a studio. You dig? Upload it in their daddy's house and up to YouTube. And hope a million motherfuckers liked it, and a million fucking motherfuckers liked it. You dig?
And-
And that's what happened.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. The way
It's
the game
horrible.
is now, though, if you guys follow Russ, you guys know who Russ is? All right, so the young
Yeah,
boy, his father's in the
rap
game, and the
analyst.
knowledge
Yeah,
he be giving free game away.
Facts.
And people ain't listening. But he said, he had this one interview, and he said this, and he's like, if you know those people in the boys club, and you have the money,
Right.
and the songs are good, and the relationship is right, you got that one key guy that you can put whatever next to that. Nowadays, you couldn't do that before, because those
Right.
people would like pay for you not to, right? Oh, we don't like this shit, right? So that's what I try to explain to people, like, you know, there's another part of the game than just doing the music and putting it up. You gotta
Right.
do the back end work.
Right.
That's what makes the difference.
There is
And
no-
so
there
there's
is
a
none of that
chance.
right now.
But here's the problem, right? The labels, they want to keep. They got a program. It works for them, right? They make
course.
their money a certain way.
Yeah.
So they hate the shit that's going on. You know, I love it that it's independent and that like you could do a record tomorrow about eating ass, right, and blow the
That's
fuck
coming.
up.
That's coming. By the way,
right. It should be.
I don't know why you're blowing shit up. It's
I
coming.
know, my bad. I didn't mean to let the cat out
Don't
of the
worry.
bag.
Proceed.
But yeah, so like people got to
It's
realize
called
it's
Eddie on the Run eating.
It's anybody's. It's anybody's game. It's anybody's game, man. And
Facts.
people always say hustle beats talent. That's the truest thing. And nowadays it's like that. You know what I'm saying?
You want to know what else is whack though?
Tell me what's
we just
whack.
went through the 5 elements of hip hop. Why do we ask everybody on here? Because we hip hop old school heads, and we're trying to keep our culture alive. And if we talk about it, it'll stay alive. You dig? Who the fuck talks about the 5 elements of hip hop? Nobody. I ain't heard it. You
Nah,
dig?
yeah,
but we
man.
ask everybody because we really want to see how deep
Yeah, we
your
even ask
roots go.
girls
You
that-
dig?
that-
Yeah, I
We
mean,
ask
not
females who
into
are
it.
not rappers; they're just entrepreneurs,
Give
and
me-
they
give me your
they
opinion.
close.
Be
You know,
close. It's
They
cute.
close.
It's cute answers.
It's cute to see what they
Cute
say.
answers.
But here's what I'm trying to say. Here's what's whack. And everyone's seen this shit. You see a new artist on stage right now. What you get? You get a hype man bigging up a hype. Oh, he's just a hype man. The fucking record's playing. He's
Yeah.
saying his own lyrics, and he's going, yeah. You heard that? Motherfucker, spit your shit.
Yeah. So
What the fuck are you doing? So
And-
I've always thought that was whack.
I always did
so,
too.
So here's what I'm getting at though. He is doing that. Who's playing the music? Somebody who hit play on the fucking CD. Right? Pause for a second. Ready?
Yeah.
And now listen. There's no elements of hip hop on that stage.
Well, this
there's
is
no
what it
MC,
is.
there's no DJ, there's no anything on there.
This
you
is
dig?
what it is,
they
right?
done watered that shit down
That goes
and
back-
and the crowd is still paying $500 million to watch him.
crazy money.
It's
And
ridiculous.
and that goes back to making the music, the beat, the most important shit. Nobody cares, right? It's more about this. People got to realize something, right? When you got young kids, when we was young, the kids the dudes that brought us up, put us up on certain shit, right? In hip hop, you had gods that were teaching people the mathematics. So that was infused in the music. And that made, in like Public Enemies and the KRSs,
Right.
that era made us want to read books and learn about knowledge of self and learn that we weren't bad people and learn the positives about self, right?
Right.
So the next generation wants financial liberation. Remember, the rappers that from my generation, a lot of them dudes is broke, and it's not because everybody does dumb shit with their music, but the deals were super whack, right?
They're super
So these dudes nowadays want money, so I get it, but there's a balance, right? We want financial liberation. We want money too. You're eating caviar, I want to taste that too.
Right.
I get that, and there's nothing wrong with that,
Right.
right? The problem is that also these kids are getting this kind of money, and they haven't been through life. Remember, right? Check it out. Remember, in rock and roll, the 27 Club, them niggas all died from drugs. So same thing when it comes to hip hop. A lot of dudes died from drugs. A lot of these dudes are getting older now. Remember, T.I.'s music had to change a little bit. You can't talk about the shit you used to talk about. You ain't the Rubber Band Man no more.
But I'm not worried about any of that changing. He's still fucking tipped. That motherfucker
Right.
will flow. I don't care if he's
a
talking
real
about
MC.
doggies
I know
and
what
fishes.
you're saying. He's a real MC. But Griselda, I think Griselda killed the whack MCs, man.
He still has.
for sure.
He still comes as Tip
Right.
to a newer generation, just so everyone can, so these kids can hear him and accept him.
Yeah,
Blah
he's
blah
got a
blah.
couple joints that I really like.
But I don't feel like he's selling himself out and like doing this mumbo jumbo bullshit. You smell me? I don't think he's doing any of that. I think he's doing Tip. He's just doing himself. It's a different story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's just different.
No, I know what you mean.
It's just different.
The bottom line is that
here's a better
it's
one.
failing.
Here's
The
a better
non-rapping shit is
comparison.
failing.
I'm gonna give you a better comparison. We grew up with the best battles in hip hop history.
That's right.
MC to MC. Okay, we can all think of what your favorite fucking battle. One of the best battles. One of the best battle verses ever, and that still to me has not been topped is Ether. You smell me? Nas murdered the fuck out of Jay-Z with that shit. Didn't kill his career. He's still on top of the fucking world. Forget about that. But then we get into this J. Cole and fucking Kendrick Lamar shit.
This new shit, right?
Okay, I fucking love J. Cole. I love Kendrick. I love these motherfuckers. I think they the culture. I think they the fucking truth. I love J. Cole even more. I resonate more with his music. You smell me? Even though Kendrick Lamar is off the chain.
I resonate with Kendrick more.
It's love. It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
As long as you got love for both, I don't hate none of them. I think they both very super talented.
Me too.
I did not, my G. I ain't gonna put one more than 2 listens on those joints on those verses for the battle. That battle didn't even intrigue me. You smell me?
Right.
Like, and then I started saying that to myself. And then J. Cole, which I'm gonna have to say is the bigger man, and just clap him off, apologizes at his show to Kendrick.
Right.
Saying I couldn't even sleep. I can't even sleep thinking about this beef for the shit I said. I can't even think about this shit.
Which it might not always be like that.
No. Forget about that. What I'm saying is for him to say that. Well, that's what I'm trying to say. I didn't get back to that point. For him to say that, it showed. It didn't show like he was really murdering him on that fucking disjoint. It was. Yeah. You said a couple things. I wasn't. It was a fourth of Ether. You smell me?
Like 5 Mike said it the
when
best.
you really want to go in, you go in. I don't think
really want to go in. You go in.
And this generation doesn't intrigue me the way.
No Vaseline. That's the illness.
Okay, well then I just said
that was
that's our generation. That's what I'm saying.
That was a good one.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
These battles are just like we're just gonna say a verse about each other.
I think here's why. Ready? There's
Drake
a few
shit went
reasons
in a
why.
little bit. Drake went in.
Like Boozy made a comment and he's like, "Yo, y'all doing these battles and somebody could get shot." So that's the difference nowadays. I think
that's the whack part.
There's that's the whack part, but you got to realize that's part of it. Like you got to remember, there's a lot of these cats out there, right? And I was at a show recently. Remember the same dudes that say, "I ain't a rapper, I'm a street dude first." Right? Maceo was like, then give me the mic back, right? But it's the same dudes that'll be like, I don't battle because if a dude say some certain shit, I'm gonna shoot him, right?
Facts.
Okay? And so like in my era, you know, you take the L and you walk, man. Like I'm known for burning brothers off the top of the head. That's my specialty, right? You know? It's hard to say I got burnt. But I remember one time somebody got burnt. You know, there was a lot of times, man, where people wanted to fight over it and somebody got like shot at.
I see that shit
so
all the time.
you know, but it's like that's your ego, and that's like hip hop is like that. In the b-boy era, it was very rare that somebody fought. If you accidentally kick somebody in the face doing windmills, somebody might get mad. But then but that's the competition of hip hop. That shit changed because these kids aren't about battling. They don't want to be outshined.
Brother,
right?
do you watch battle rap at all? Are you a fan of that?
Definitely. Yeah, Jerome's a bigger fan of it.
I'm a huge fan of it.
Yeah.
They say some shit.
Bro.
They say some shit that make you want to go, make you want to shoot him on stage and kill his mama after the fucking battle. You dig? Like they go in.
Yeah.
That's what a battle is. I'm trying to get you off your shit. Yeah. If I get you off mentally like that, I won this motherfucker. You smell me? If you touch me, you don't get your motherfucking money.
Yeah.
You signed that contract. There are some motherfuckers who don't care. They'll punch you. You're in the wrong game. Don't battle rap. You're in the wrong game.
That's what I come from. I come from an era.
You gotta live to talk about it to say you're the best.
Yeah.
How the fuck you gonna shoot someone and now you're in jail? You can't even talk about being the best now. Yeah, I won the battle, but I shot his ass because he said something about my mama. That's real smart. That's not what battle rap was ever about. You smell me?
So the dialogue of my generation set up the kids to be on what they're on, remember the shit that we talked about in certain eras, right?
Right.
And you know, you had the era that I'm from, which is like knowledge, and then right after that was the get money era, and the climate of the whole shit changed. Crack was already in effect during my era, but people used to lie and sell crack and be like, "No, I'm in the music business," and not talk like crack, selling crack or doing it was whack. Now it's kind of like the next generation is like, I sell crack.
All
Niggas
day.
nowadays, brothers front like their music money is street money, right? Like that's how they got their. No, this isn't. You didn't get that from the street. That's like you got your advance and you bought.
That's
some,
been a facade for years.
Right, and then but the other end of that is then you got real motherfuckers in the game too. That's down to blame you, and the people around them are definitely hungry to be the guy and all that. So.
That's
like,
gonna be forever.
Because you got to remember, there's dudes in the game that I'll battle for their jewelry kit, their house note, their car note, in front of their crowd,
right?
And it'll be undeniable, right? And it's like Jada, you put Jada in front of certain people. I don't know how big and famous and rich they are. He's going to wax you in front of your crowd,
right.
and he's gonna get your chain, your house note, and your car note. But they don't want to do that.
Right.
They don't want to be embarrassed. They know what it is. They stay in their lane. They don't want to battle. They don't.
Here's the main thing. I don't care about what these kids do this generation. I'm all for there's some joints I do like. Trust me. Some dudes do sound different. There's a big majority sound the same, but the ones that sound different, you gotta weed them out. You'll find them. There's some motherfuckers out there spit. You know
I like Juice WRLD shit.
That's so opposite of what I'm thinking. I'm not a huge Juice WRLD.
I like this shit.
R.P. the kid and the whole shit, but you smell me. But that's not who I was even thinking about. I like that gangster shit. I don't know.
I like gangster shit too.
Yeah, I'm trying. Like I like being nice. But I love being evil. You know what I'm saying? Like type shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I'm trying to be cool and shit.
Yeah, you'd rather be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in a war either. You dig?
No, but you know
like I told Eddie, I don't want to tell no one what to do. I just want to tell everybody shut the fuck up and leave me alone. You smell me? Like y'all live your shit, I live my shit. I'm just I grew up different. Just our generation is just different, my G. And I ain't here to talk about people. I ain't here to fucking make fun of nobody. We show love to every fucking body because that's what we really fucking feel. I ain't here to be fake though. You smell me? Like you sit up here and say something I don't like, I'll be like, pause, relax. We don't edit this shit.
Right.
You gonna take that back and I'm gonna smack you in your fucking teeth. You smell me? Like I'm not. Yeah. I'm here to show you a platform. We ain't Eddie. How many times we say it? We ain't shit. Right. If we can offer a platform for anybody for my 2 followers to look at you, gangster.
I love the platform.
What I'm saying though is this: don't come up here with overthinking shit and thinking like, this is we very humble, my G. We just here to have a conversation. We don't do interviews. We have conversations.
Let me tell you what my favorite shit would be like there was unity, and then like you got this certain trap artist or whatever that kills hooks doing a song with this hip hop artist, right? Like that's something that hasn't been done because of the walls that are put.
But wait,
right?
You say trap and then you say hip hop.
So let's say like.
To me, I understand it's a thin line in this era. Like they'll say trap is hip hop.
It is.
Okay,
it is
so
a branch
like
of hip-hop.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like you're saying,
like bass music was a branch of hip hop. A lot of this EDM is a branch music.
They didn't give us them props in the bass era.
They like to separate. Yeah, everybody wants to separate, man. It's divisions instead of understanding that it all comes from the same seed.
Yeah, well, it's easier for dummies to separate it.
Well, yeah, it makes it easy. Yeah, I mean, I think hating was invented by whack people so that you couldn't say something was whack. Now you can't critique nothing. Oh, you're a hater. No, actually, you suck. And that's different.
But it's different the way you see how you worded it. That's true. Haters actually love you because why the fuck you at my show
There's
if you hate me, motherfucker? Right? Yeah. I just want to see what you're doing. Bullshit. Right. You fucking mad.
Yeah, it's almost like you can't critique somebody's shit no more. Or you can't have an opinion.
It's okay.
Music is super opinionated, man.
Of course.
Right. No, you can't have your opinion. Who gives a fuck? What's that shit called? Cancel culture?
Yeah.
Stop it, please.
Nah, you gotta cancel
the cancel the cancel culture.
You gotta put Dave Chappelle on cancel culture.
That's brother. You stand up for what you believe in. End of story. Don't let nobody tell you. Oh, we gonna cancel you. Cancel me. That's even more fame. That's gonna bring my name even bigger. You know what they say. Any publicity is good publicity. Don't worry about it.
True indeed.
Cancel me, motherfucker.
Right.
Please.
Yeah. Let them write it up.
Speaking of cancel culture, motherfucking subjects. You eat ass?
Right now. Listen.
Female ass though.
Of course,
I'm not
100%.
homophobic or anything, but
100%.
that's another show.
Nah,
You know what I mean?
I'm strictly.
That's funny, OGs.
Peace to everybody. I love my women. You know what I'm saying? And so right night, right light. You know what I'm saying?
I smell you.
You can't be just.
You sound like you've done it, but you don't do it.
No, I do it, and I've done it.
Yeah, you
know? But like I said, right night, right light.
So the answer is yes.
You can't just fall off with any monster. You know what I'm saying?
No, we know that. I didn't say go out. I didn't say. Yeah.
I'm a nigga shot.
Well, he does.
The double D's.
He'd be like, "Where you work at?"
Come out the gym.
It's 5 in the morning. You just got out the club.
Listen, the older we get, I thought it was gonna get better. The older we get, man, the worse it get, baby.
No. Don't get better.
That perfume sweat.
Nah, my G.
Yeah, that's right. Work out and then come see me.
That butt sweat perfume
Yo,
shit.
but the best. Can I give him one real quick if you don't mind?
But you gonna do him. Watch him say the story I was telling you outside.
Come on.
I
want to hear.
Let me see what you was saying.
I just can't. Because if I know I'm gonna go to sleep tonight, my favorite one though is this bitch who pop up in Kendall at fucking 2 in the morning on a fucking Harley. My G. I'm saying though, Kendall is quiet as fuck. You smell me?
Of course.
Bitch rode up on a Harley like she was out in the countryside, roaring through that hole, and that was already bad. That's enough to send a bitch to the crib. You smell me?
Right.
Nah, you brought her up in this, nothing. Like, relax, come up in the crib. I told nigga, you tell that bitch, you walk that shit up the block, bitch. Fucking come up in here roaring. Anyway.
I already know.
Bitch roll up, like it's all love. She get off the fucking thing, take off her helmet, like she gangsta, walk inside. She probably,
everybody that heard the story.
Probably smell like outdoor sweat. Well, I'm trying to get here in case a couple sucias did it, and this is like what's that? What's PAS? POS? What's that called?
PSA.
PSA,
right.
Point of sale, right? Whatever the fuck. Public service
announcement.
Whatever.
Yeah.
This bitch roll up in a Harley, should have walked it through. The bitch roars it through, gets to the, but everybody knew. Bitch walk up in the crib, get to the blah blah blah, whatever, get the clothes off. Here's the thing. The bitch bent over and she had two fucking hemorrhoids look like golf balls in her asshole, right? Bitch, you knew you had them shits before you left the crib. You don't come out like that. Or come out like that, have a little drink, smoke a blunt, relax, talk some shit, make out and go home. You don't take those pants off, you fucking nigga. That sound like you knew they were there.
You know what I think?
Understand?
This is what I think just by listening to the story. I think.
Oh, I didn't give you the ending.
Wait. I think that she needed somebody to poke that motherfucker back
I'm gonna.
in.
So you close.
So
she bends over.
I was squeezing them cheeks to see if I pushed them back
disgusting.
But
that's nasty, nigga.
It didn't happen.
That's this.
That thing.
You sound intrigued. That's nasty.
There was two.
What you gonna do when the cauliflowers burst and that fucking cauliflower juice go on your face? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
That's why I flipped her around.
Oh, but what?
Flipped her around.
Oh, but you said you were doing this. You're lucky that she didn't burst.
I tried.
So I said, I didn't know this. I said, you ate that? He goes, no, hell no. Nah. I just flipped over and ate her pussy. That's nasty too, though.
Yeah, well, you know.
Hold on, no.
Wait.
There was no cauliflower in the pussy.
I'm not mad at my G. That's disgusting. I ain't mad at my G, but just the sight of those two fucking golf balls would have made me be like, yo, pack this shit up. It's time to ride. You smell me? I just feel like me. I'm just saying. I don't feel like,
you know, when you.
My thing would have been hiding in my stomach, my G. Like, what the fuck?
Did it turn you on at all?
Yo, it turned him on. He ate the pussy. You don't think it turned him on?
Hell yeah.
I just said I gotta get some ass and just flip over. You know, just get it over with. You here already naked. What you gonna do? Try to put your clothes back?
Yeah.
Anyway, that was out of left field.
Hold on, but he gotta show the pussy finger. Yeah, I do.
What happened?
Look at that.
What the fuck is that?
That's the toto finger.
That's my 7. That's the toto finger.
Right there.
That's not a toto finger. That finger was in the ass. It looked like you broke that hoe.
It is. It's broken.
Yeah, it looks like it.
It's been broken.
That needs some medical attention.
You stick it in the ass, tell her that.
Facts.
Yeah.
That motherfucking shit look like a fucking pretzel.
It's the blue.
Holy fuck! One in the pinky, two in the stinky. I smell you.
Yo, that was the crew back in the day, right?
I'm old school.
We was both.
We get to the low lives too, man.
Yeah, man, definitely big up.
How you get like that with Thurston in them?
So yeah, roll up, right?
You know Thurston's official crazy hood, man.
Roll up, man. You know, You guys remember
Oh,
Roll Up?
R.I.P., man.
Yeah, R.I.P.
R.I.P. Roll Up.
So
man.
I came back from New York and I moved down here and
You was in what's it? When they had the concert?
Grandma's.
No. During How Can I Be Down, we took exhibit to
DJ Ross.
Hoodstock.
Oh yeah, we used to go to Hoodstock every year.
That shit was dope.
So, but
Big up DJ
but I
Raw.
would go to How Can I Be Down too. Remember they went on at the same time.
That's
Same
what
time.
we took
Yeah.
exhibit to from How Can I Be
From
Down
there-
to Hoodstock. Yeah,
The
right.
bus rides was crazy and all that.
No,
but,
we took them in our whip, EFN's car, and shit was crazy.
But yeah, that's when I met Roll Up. Was at How Can I Be Down? And so when I got back, somebody had mentioned his name, and I was like, "You mean Roll Up, Roll Up?"
Yeah.
Yeah. So we linked back up, and I started running around Miami with him.
Yeah,
you know?
cool
And,
motherfucker.
He lived by me, and I was scooping. You know, I was like, he's like, "Yo, let's go fuck with Tony. You know, let's go whatever." You know what I mean? And he took me around and introduced me, and he kept saying, "You know, you rock a lot of polo, but low lights." But you gotta remember, I come from like my people in Brooklyn and Brownsville. They would be like, "Yo, watch out, you know." Low lights, oh yeah, you know, don't let them catch you in Broadway Junction. They taking your shit off and all that. So I'm like, what is, you know, but I didn't know how brothers had progressed and all that. And so I started coming around, and then of course Roll Up passed. So I was already connected with Thurston, and I just seen Thurston's grind. You know, he's my age.
Thurston's the man.
He's like the essence of the culture.
Official. One of the,
He's
he
the
to
essence
me is
of
the
the culture.
hardest, most hustling motherfucking MC I ever
That
met.
was what I seen. Like, so I would go to the jams and everybody's tired. His whole team would be tired, but he would have red eyes. He's hoarse,
He didn't give a
and he's more
fuck.
tired than everybody. And it's his shit. And I was like, that's the realest shit ever. So I started just like donating
She
time.
didn't
I
give a
would go and
fuck.
paint for free. I had this youth that I had a youth one time. I was like showing him, you know, you got to put in free time and help the community. But when we started going around, and you know, I just ended up coming into the fold, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was a slow thing because I always had my own movement or whatever. I became a Zulu at the end there, and I'll always be a Zulu. And I was a Zulu before I was a Zulu. But I was just, you know, for me to do that, you have to put time into it. I didn't want to be fake about none of that.
Fast.
So, you know, I was at a point where I could do that. I was always chasing the game and shit like that, right? So, but yeah, so the low life thing for me is kind of like, it's my kind of hip hop. It's like the essence of the culture. They're not concerned with a lot of things that maybe a commercial artist is concerned with, right?
Right.
Right. So
That's
and
guaranteed.
through that fold, you know, that's how I met. Shout out Money Mowgli. You know what I'm saying?
Money Bo.
And like, you know, me and Jerobi love Shotty. Like, you know, so it's kind of like
Yes, sir.
it kind of like brought me because I was running on one side and with some certain people. I'm not gonna say no names or whatever, but it was kind of like I'm the older guy trying to give you advice, and you're not listening. And there's a certain point, you know, you're the same way where you stop fucking with people.
Right.
If they're not gonna listen.
Yeah, the energy's not reciprocated.
Right, I'm giving you the
Gucci.
game and you're just not listening. So, but my thing was like when I got around these dudes, they were more on point than me on certain. So, like, I don't ever want to be the smartest guy in the room.
Right.
I always want to learn from people. Like, you know what I mean? You know, it gets boring being the guy that, you know?
Yeah.
Know it all. No, I need somebody to help, you know, elevate me and elevate you. Like, and so it's more with the low lights, it's that exchange. It's super serious. They take this shit serious.
Yeah,
They're not
they do.
playing about it.
Big up my dog
And,
Thurston,
Thurston,
DJ Excess, my
XS.
dog LeBron James.
LeBron's, big up LeBron's.
I know LeBron since I was 15 years old.
Yeah, that's Kendall, man. That's Kendall, you know, via the Bronx. And
Kendall kid.
I'm super proud of my brother. And I'm super proud of all of them dudes, man. The Low Life Orlando team.
they all for the ones in Orlando.
You
All
going out
they
there
all
to,
gangster.
in May?
Yeah, most definitely, man. I performed last year. This year, I'm just gonna relax and watch, you know, Smith and Wesson and everybody.
This shit gonna be hard as nails.
Yeah, man. You know.
I'm trying to make it out there.
Yeah, that would be, if I could fucking get that time in. My goodness.
No, yeah, you guys are like. But I was telling you guys this. You guys are the difference. Just think of. I was saying earlier, right? Just think of all the people that we came up with.
Yeah.
That willed wanted, prayed, you know, but life gets in the way, man. Dudes have kids, you got a regular gig, etc.
We can make a
difference
documentary on that shit alone.
The
Trust me.
difference is that meeting you guys had every month, right? That's the difference.
That
The
shit was
difference
every
is
week.
like you right now running your daytime business and then stopping that to come and do this,
Right.
like falling out.
Yeah.
You know, got to do what you got to do for the kids,
Yeah.
and then still doing it. So that's the difference. Like most people just can't burn that other candle, man. And it's that little shit that can make all the difference in the world. And you know,
we got a lot of brothers to look up that we look up to. A lot of people that in our crew that make a lot of moves that light the fire up in our ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
man.
like we have all of us have a lot on our plate individually. I know me and Eddie have our own separate shit and shit united also. But when it comes time to do this thing, we love to do this. This is our release also. You smell me?
This is therapy.
This is my equivalent. This is the equivalency of me going into the studio and recording a couple joints.
Therapy.
Because I would do that all day of my life for 20, 30 years.
Sure.
I just haven't done it lately from lack of a bunch of different shit.
Oh no, you
but
cooking.
This right here
you
is my
cooking
shit.
on the low.
Yeah, on the low, I do it on the low, but I'm trying to come back, but I don't want to have to yell at nobody. That's why I'm just trying to take my time. But this right here is our therapy. This is why we come out. We do this for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And we are definitely trying to keep our culture alive. Crazy Hood has always been here. We ain't never gave a fuck. We never asked anybody for no recognition. The recognition they gave us was just because they say it was well earned, and we'll respect that. We don't ask for it. We do it because this shit is love. This is what we do. We were just a bunch of different kids from 6 different cities that met in fucking Miami, in Kendall specifically, and have become friends for the last 30 years. We're on the same group chat for 30 years.
Y'all inspire me.
And shit is nuts. You smell me?
Y'all
11 of
inspire
us, so it's love. Yeah, no, listen. If that's my nigga, trust. We do this. We do this for shit like that. If it's inspirational, it'll make me wake up tomorrow. You smell me? Just you saying that.
Yeah, man.
Back to really quick, I want you to get because you was telling me about some shit you wanted to promote your group. I want you to promote, all the things.
Well,
all your
so
situations.
I started rhyming again because there's a lot of folks in the city. Black Snow, a lot of other producers, Don Ass. I'm sending them joints. They're like, yo, you got to do this. So and my little brothers never stop. Yo, where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? So I'm back on it. Did a couple of shows. People seen the skill. My man Mowgli invited me for a feature. Got a feature with my man Sidney Portier from the Low Life Orlando family. Shout out to Nico Wiz and Thurston and Big Earl and J Biz and the Beat Ministry and all them dudes up in O-Town because we joined forces with like one team now called Flow Life. What I'm saying? And doing that, getting back in the game, put out a little project and stuff like that. But I'm super happy that like dudes that, because I've been studying the scene, so the dudes that I like actually, dig my shit, right? So that's always positive and it's confirmation, right? But yeah, I got a group that I'm working with your bro and stuff, of younger cats, because it's always about the youth. I always wished when I was coming up, I'm glad we had to bump our heads and learn the way that we did. We had to figure this shit out. Yeah. There was no book. There was no dude like, hey, come do this. No dudes around like, we'll take all your shit, but nobody showed us the way. We had to, So I wanted to be, that extra little something like, yo, that's probably not a good situation. I want to guide the youth, and I'm really about the art. So I look for like amazing talent, whatever it is, rapper, sax player, fucking pizza maker, whatever it is, right? I look for the best that I could find. And for me, it's something that I didn't even look for. This artist kind of that I've been working with for like 10 years kind of fell in my lap. You know how what we do, people are always like, I got a rapper. I got a singer. Always they got a singer or a rapper. So a lot of times you're like, you hear it, it's like whatever. But this kid is just phenomenal. Berkeley Music School grad. But that don't mean you can make a song, but he's just country, rock, he writes it all, and so it's kind of like I never managed nobody, right? Hardly managed myself in my life, so how am I gonna manage somebody else? But I took it on, and everybody he was going to Calabasas, with those people out there, Ye's people, some people with Ye, my man, I'll be back, and some other folks was taking them out there, and the Estefans, some folks that mess with them over there, like Red Rock and them. A lot of people was trying to, but everybody want to take. And I'm like, nah. Well, I leave it up to him, but he knows better. He's like, they run the whole, it's great, but we want to reproduce this now, you're trying to just take the money.
It's a group or is one dude?
It's a guy and then he has a group too. So, me and Jerobi have recently made the decision to join forces and start a record label, man. Not only because we're around all this great talent that needs to a lot of people need help with curation, with that back end thing that I was telling you about.
Right.
Simple shit, boosting your posts, buying ads. That's what puts, the music business is about putting it in somebody's face so they can say, do you like it or not? And, we care about the yays. We don't care about the nays, right? So, but that the money you spend is like letting, hear this. That's where you spend the money. So, when people learn that, but yeah, we just want to curate good music and put it out. So, we starting Southernmost Music and Media, like a entertainment company.
Dope.
Coming together, doing that. Orlando's involved with helping me with that, move that around and shit. So, yeah, good times, man. I feel good about the future of Miami. I feel like, with Jimbo's wave, everybody kind of got theirs and kind of, everybody's where they're at. Pretty Ricky's where they're at. Jimbo's in Tennessee now. Pitt's still around, but he's doing other stuff. Khaled's still doing his shit. Mr. Rose's back, in a big way and all that in Miami. But I feel like there's like this whole other space here, So I want to be a part of helping
it's
fill
a good
that.
space that's going on right now.
There's room.
Yeah,
there's room
to put out good music, and I feel like
there's always room for that.
yeah, man, all of it. You know what I mean? All of it. There's a lot of good shit in Miami.
I'm with you on it. There's always fun.
And listen, man, you gotta go vote for my brothers, Tribe Called Quest, and the Rock and Roll.
Oh, word up.
Yes.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Vote and just you can vote for whoever else you want, but hit the Tribe too.
Word up.
Vote for the Tribe because they're worthy. We know. We love
I
the
mean,
Tribe.
I don't even know why there's a fucking vote. This should be a clean sweep, first
clean
ballot,
sweep, I agree.
motherfucking. You smell me?
They got a lot of people,
They're gonna get it.
vouching for them. Yeah, they
They're
had
gonna get it.
Earth, Wind, Fire, Cool in the Gang, my man.
And the whole hip-hop
Nile
generation.
Rodgers, the whole hip-hop generation.
You smell me? I mean, Tribe is a fucking
Very
stepping
well
stone of
loved.
everything in
Yeah,
hip hop, man.
And
Stop
I
it.
know all the work that Q-Tip did.
Word
on
up.
other people's albums and producing it.
So they historically, bro, I don't know if y'all ever read this book. It's called This Business of Music. It's kind of like the Bible for the music business, the old model. But in one of them, it talks about, they quote their deal because it's like one of the worst deals ever. So yeah, them dudes like, yeah.
I mean,
There was a lot of shitty deals.
everyone had this shit.
Everything was shit.
De La Soul
Yeah,
deal
De La
was
Soul
shit.
shit.
Yeah, they finally got their shit. It's so
Yeah.
crazy.
It's nuts.
Rest in
but,
peace,
you know,
Dave, man. Shout out
Rest
to
in
all
peace
the
for
boys.
sure. That's for real, for real. I wish they was still around. It would be the
He did it for us. Dave
Yep.
did it for us, man.
yeah. He's illmatic.
Your socials, put them out.
Yeah, man. The
get
Vibe
connected.
Captain on IG, Aaron Elgoni on Facebook. You can rock with my government. I'm not in the street like that no more. And the Vibe Captain on everything else, man. Snapchat, Twitter, etc.
Yeah, all porn sites, everything. He's all over them
Yeah,
things. It's all socially. It's all social.
hanging out with Eddie too much. You know what I'm
Selling
saying?
his toe shots on
Yeah.
He's
OnlyFans.
selling his toes on
His feet.
OF.
They buying
Word
his
If
up.
feet.
any of y'all into that, I
Hit me
don't
with the
know.
money. Hit me with the money, man.
I don't do toes, female or men. I don't give a
that's
fuck.
crazy.
I got a feet fear.
Word.
Yeah, bitch, don't come up in here and no fucking open toes. Your feet look like fucking hog feet.
As
I
long
don't
as
do
they
that.
take care of their
But yo,
Don't do that. I don't do feet.
oh yeah, I want to shout out Tuesday nights, man. At
night where?
at 1-800 Lucky in
Oh,
Wynwood.
facts.
With Jerobe White and Tillery James.
Yes, sir.
And
It's a good
and then
vibe, a
also
good vibe.
Dante's any night of the week. That's
Any
open.
night.
It's always the best
If you can
music.
get in there, get in there.
Yeah, shout out to all my people over there. You know what I mean? And La Plancha. Check out La
Plancha.
Plancha. Yeah, Orion and XS have a party they do once a month in Fort Lauderdale.
No word.
And yeah, so they curate it with the best talent from South Florida. It's kind of like what we used to do, but they are more, specific on who they bring up, and it's really well curated. So check out La Plancha, on IG, and follow that, and keep up with us.
Dope.
Every Tuesday though, 1-800 Lucky, Jerobe
Word.
White, Tribe Called Quest, Tillery James, Brooklyn, and you never know who's there. It could be Talib one week, it could be whoever. All the DJs, LS1, DMX is DJ.
Great look.
Yeah,
It's a great party.
Right.
everybody's been there. DJ Chris be there. Classic. What I'm
Right.
saying?
And the place is just a dope vibe anyway.
Yeah, great food. You could throw it in the air. Top shelf liquor. So
Yep.
This is true.
yeah.
And I just want to say we also big up my Drink Champ family, big up my Sports Champ family.
All day.
You know, they put it into work, heavy dookie. I also had to big up my dog Garcia.
Oh, man, I love Garcia, bro.
And Lucy Lopez. They got a new podcast called Created By. Yeah. I'm just proud of all my brothers. Crazy Hood, as we just in the house, my G. I appreciate
a dope ass MC, bro.
Garcia, he aight.
He said he aight. Y'all
That's my brother.
I love y'all,
Fuck him. Fuck him.
Oh, shit.
You want to talk about him? Go on his fucking show. Fuck him.
Yeah.
Nah, that's my fucking brother. Everybody knows that shit.
Yeah, super talented.
We can say whatever we want about him, but anybody outside of us, we fucking your ass
That's
up.
right. Beat down.
That's my fucking brother.
No doubt.
Listen,
Yeah, man, we appreciate
the energy,
Appreciate
the love.
the invite, man.
My G, stop. You already know since we linked up a little while ago, a couple years ago, I said all the stories you had told me, everything I seen you around, so we got to put home on the show. You ain't gonna be the last time. You already know.
You got the stories.
Yeah, we got
part one.
We got stories.
Yeah.
We got street stories. We got hemorrhoid stories. We got stories.
Stop it.
Yo, we Viejo Boogie, man. Listen, my medication list is crazy. I used to look for a girl with a fat booty. Now I look for a girl that knows about sitz baths and has remedies for shit.
That works.
Yo, you know how to make teas.
I've been married 20 years, and I'm super happy I'm married 20 years. I'm like this bozo got to be swiping left and right.
I'm at this point.
Bitch is faking a motherfucker.
I'm looking for a
bitch got a filter on top of a filter. Yeah. I said, and then they taking pictures like this. Bitch. Ain't nobody want to see if you got lice. Why you doing this? You smell me?
I'll take this.
Nah, this motherfucker.
I'll take a sugar mama.
I'm so happy I'm married.
Give me a 70-year-old that's about to die. They got bread.
Or do that, right?
Yo, go download "Death Comes in Trees" by Money Mowgli, Orion, and my man Excess. Yeah.
Yes,
everything Money Mowgli, everything.
He gonna be on Grumpy OG. I learned he has Grumpy as us. We definitely put it on this motherfucker. Yeah, he got some shit to talk about. We talking.
You can hear it in his rhymes.
Nah, this is guaranteed. It's fat. Listen, we try to put everybody we know around us on. You dig?
That's beautiful, man.
If it just takes a little bit of time because we're only two fucking people.
Hey, listen, and it's got to work because there's a whole lot of grumpy OGs out there.
It's got to work because it's gonna work. We're all similar.
There's a bunch of us.
I'm the president.
We appreciate you like a motherfucker.
Thank you, man.
Thank you for taking your time coming out here. Big up the low lights again because this is my fam.
You already know.
You know what I'm saying? Grumpy OGs, Hannibal Heckler. Eddie the Ass Eater. We out.
Something to say clear, don't say nothing. See, I run with dudes from the goat farm that love when the show starts and really go hard when they throw darts.